Hello everyone, this is Vincenzo and welcome to a new video. So yesterday I was doing a live stream and we played a 2450 rated bot on chess.com and we managed to win, which is impressive because I have never beaten a 2450 rated bot. So I want to show you the game. The bot was Luke on chess.com, is in the master section, and this was a very nice game. We played at a 84.6% accuracy. That is a very good because the game was 66 moves long, so it's a very good accuracy in my opinion. So we also got a brilliant move. By the way, the reason I say we is because I was playing with the chat. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you the game. As always, I started with d4, d5, and we played the London. Now, c6 is a book move, but is not very common. Here, the most common move is knight f6, and we go e3. Now, the bot plays this very aggressive line with the queen immediately threatening this pawn, and here I played a little bit too passive. The engine wants you to give the pawn for development and counterplay, but here was the key moment of the game. Believe it or not, as I mentioned, it was a 66 moves game, but the key moment was on move 4. The bot decided to play this for no reason. The bot played e5 and blundered a pawn, so obviously I took, because it's move 4 and I see a free pawn. We know sometimes you need to be careful with pawn gambits in the opening, but there is no reason for, this move. So I took with the bishop because I figured taking with the pawn was good to prevent knight f6 or bishop here in the future. But I took with the bishop because I wanted to keep my pawn structure intact. Now the bot developed the bishop, but as you can see it's already plus 1.6. So I don't know why the bot played that. Now I went a little bit too aggressive with c4, I think, but then I dropped the bishop back and I am completely fine. I got this very strong bishop here. My pawn structure looks very nice. This move obviously invites a capture, and the bot captured. And here I stopped for a second. If you watch the live stream, you'll see, because I thought, okay, if I'm going to take, which is what I did, maybe I lose the bishop. But no, yes, this is a check, but it doesn't lose the bishop because I can block like this. I can also block like this, and the bishop is defended. I don't know why I thought I would lose the bishop, but what happens with these very strong bots is that when they start making mistakes, you never know if they are seeing something that you are missing or not. So the bot played a weak move and I dropped my bishop back. Look at these bishops. This one and this one. Very strong bishops. Now the bot dropped dropped the bishop back as well. And obviously I thought, I am up a pawn, let's take and damage the pawn structure. Now the bot has got an isolated pawn. I develop. That move doesn't scare me. Now here, I honestly don't remember why I went here. I suppose it was to save the bishop. I mean, not to save, but to keep it. So the bot moved the other knight to f6 and I castled. Now I lift the queen, takes, I take with the pawn, because I want to keep the queens on the board. Then I go here. Apparently rook f to b1 was better, but rook b1, right? And now I jumped my knight in the center. I pushed the pawn, and then I took, and I figured, well, now I can trade queens, because I feel more comfortable having one rook here, a knight in the center. This bishop, as I mentioned, is very strong. So I wanted to keep the bishop. This is why I moved here, attacking, and the bot castled. Alright, now I go rook b7, rook f to b1, and here we, as I mentioned before, we spent a long time here in this position. I don't know how much time we spent, but it was definitely several minutes, because I was calculating takes, lift the other rook, then I was calculating takes, jumping the knight in, jumping the knight right away, so dropping the bishop back. I was calculating so many moves. Then we decided to go here, give a check, force a trade, but the bot didn't want to trade. So what we did is we took the rook on the left, so when the other rook recaptures, we give a check and force a rook trade. Now, as you can see, we are still up a pawn, so the bot doesn't want to lose the a pawn, and I thought maybe I can push all the way to a5, and now this pawn is very dangerous. If I can win this pawn is going to promote, most likely. But that didn't happen. We are going to see what happened. Okay, now here I went back because after thinking for a long time, I thought maybe this is my plan. I want to bring my knight here, attack the pawn, and then we are going to promote. And if we need to defend this pawn, I can always drop the bishop back. Now the bot played the only move they could play, basically was here. I mean, not the only one, but this was a decent counterplay, and it took some time to calculate everything here. I decided to take because I wanted to simplify, and then I went here, and now I want to explain to you why this move is not good and this move is good. Well, obviously I mentioned this plan before, right? Attacking this pawn. But what happens is, yes, by going here I'm attacking the bishop. Yeah, but the bishop can just drop back, which is what happened. Attacking this pawn, and now this pawn is undefended and I have to go here. Whereas had I gone here, this pawn would have been defended and I would have attacked the bishop at the same time. So knight back, I traded, and here we started to think maybe this is a draw, maybe this is not a win. So I figured my king is way too far, this king is active, I need to bring my king. So I lifted my pawns, and now I am opening a path for my king, right? Now this move was a mistake, and here we calculated for a long time and we didn't play the best move. The best move was check. Alright, bringing the pawn up, and I'm going to show you the line here. It's a long line, but bear with me. Okay, basically we defend every single pawn, and then we win a pawn. Yeah, as you can see, this pawn now is very dangerous. It's a 4-on-2 on the king side. We have won a pawn, and now these two pawns are blocking each other. But this didn't happen. So then I played f6. We thought, sorry, f5. And now here, very important move, e5, giving a check. And here we calculated that we can go e6. We spent so much time on this move because we were uh, calculating e6 and f6. And at the end I decided to go, sorry, e6 because I didn't like some lines with f6. And now by placing this pawn here, now this pawn is 2 squares away from promotion. Now only move for black, going back, makes sense to defend this square. And now I lift the king. I decided it's time now to lift the king, to bring the king into the action. Now, can you find the brilliant move? Obviously, you can watch on the right side if you want, but here I'm happy that I found this move almost immediately. And if you want to see that, you can check the live stream. I'm going to leave the live stream link in the comments so you can check for yourself. Here I found this move, knight b4. Now you may be thinking, okay, it's just a blunder of knight. No, it's not, because do you remember what this knight was doing here on c6, defending this square? So if the knight takes, I can just push. Well, here, right? Knight takes, I push, and this pawn is going to promote. So they move the king, but I can just take, doesn't matter. Okay, now I cannot push e7 because the king is in time to defend like this. And now, actually I think if I push e7 it's a draw or something. Maybe not, because I'm moving my king. But no, it's not a draw, but you don't want to push e7 in this position. So I'm bringing the king, taking opposition. Now the king is forced back. And now here, I remember we spent some time. Maybe I need to go here, maybe I need to go here. But can you see what's the strongest piece for white? It's not this pawn. And it's not this pawn or this pawn. Actually, it's this pawn. So we brought the king. Well, here we take back because we don't want to allow this. So we take back, then we win this a6 pawn, and I suppose you can see what's happening from here. Here a little instructive moment. I went here, but this is bad. I mean, obviously I'm winning, but why is this bad instead of this or this? Because when I promote to a queen on this square, now my queen cannot move on this diagonal. So I blocked my own diagonal. So here black took, and I was too focused on this. I almost pre-moved. I think that I didn't see this. I could have promoted the e-pawn. So I promoted. Now I thought I'm winning the pawn. Now I'm bringing the king, and we are delivering mate on move 66 against a 2450 rated bot. So this felt great, and I want to thank Death Flyer in particular, because he recommended me, like he suggested, playing strong bots even if I was tired and I didn't want to. I decided to play them, and we managed to beat Luke. And I want to thank Mark from Berryland as well, because he's very supportive in the live stream, and he was spectating this game as well, and giving advices. So yeah, thank you Mark, thank you Death Flyer. And guys, this was my first win against Luke bot. Now I have some bots to beat here, some master bots, because my best win was against Francis so far, but now I got to beat Sophia and Alexander before reaching Luke again. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and check out the live stream if you want. It was a very good live stream. So see you guys in the next video.